Hello. Hello. Hello, it's your boy Awesome. And, whoa, nice applause. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello, and, thank you. You're lovely. Good to see everyone. Good to see everyone here today. Hello, and it's your boy Awesome, and welcome to the Atomic Friends. Today we are reviewing Square Enix's new tactical strategy RPG, Triangle Strategy. How many times did I say strategy? But there it is. So, Triangle Strategy, it shares the same producer as Octopath Traveler and the Bravely series, with, and hopefully I get this name right, Tomoya Asano. Asano is a man after my own heart, with what he has produced in the last decade, starting with Bravely Default on the Nintendo 3DS back in 2012. And I'm not sure if this is a Switch exclusive Triangle Strategy, or if it is like, Octopath Traveler and Nintendo just gets a first crack at it for like a year or so. So, yeah, this might be coming elsewhere. Octopath showed up on Steam, so the PC, and it's also on the Xbox store, or whatever it's called. Oh yeah, and my friend Billy is over here. He wanted to stop by the show and see what everyone was up to. So yeah, back to the Triangle Strategy. It's another beautiful HD 2D style game that uses kind of old school Final Fantasy Super Nintendo pixel art style for the foreground, and the characters, for the foreground the characters, and it has this like really cool like 3D effect for the background. It is beautiful. It's positively wondrous, as Noodles would say, magnificent beauty or something, whatever he says. So also, it is looking like the Live Alive remake. Right? Yep. Live Alive remake will also feature the HD 2D style. Yeah, man, this is the stuff of dreams for an old school RPG gamer like myself. I see that this may be a trend that Square has started with themselves here, and I'm liking it. I'm digging it a lot. So, speaking of old school games, this game is very much in the vein of another of my favorite Square Enix games of all time, Final Fantasy Tactics: War of the Lions. Yes! I love that game. Dark storyline, there's like demons and stuff. It wasn't what it seemed until the end. It was like crazy. But I digress. Yeah, this game is a beautiful game, and pretty much any game by Square Enix, good or bad, kind of has this lovely beauty. Like, the Final Fantasy 13 games were pretty divisive. They caught a lot of flack, but, there's no saying that they weren't beautiful. And, so yeah, let's go down to Norzelia and get into our review. Say hi to my boy Noodles. He'll be starting us out. My boy Noodles. Alright, see you later, everyone. Oh, and what do you think of my bow tie? Oh yeah, pretty cool, huh? Hey, hello everybody! It's me, Noodles! Oh, whoa! Nice crowd here today, what you got? It's like you're not even strapped to those chairs. That's great. Oh wow, nice crowd. So, hey guys and ghouls, I want to talk about this game, Triangle Strategy, because I'm a huge fan of the Fire Emblem games and 1998's Final Fantasy Tactics, which would later be dubbed on the PSP, The War of the Lions. So, yeah, let's dive in and get into the story. Oh, and I want to welcome my buddy, Billy. Billy's here. Isn't he cool? Look at him. Man, I want his hair. God. And, and that cool, biker vest. And, those cool earrings. Maybe I'll go with Billy Idol for Halloween. Anyways, I digress. So yeah, the game takes place in Norzelia, a few decades after what was called the Salt Iron War that raged between the three countries that make up the continent. That is, Norzelia. Anyways, you have the temperate Glenbrook, the frozen Aesfrost, and the desert land of Hyzant, or Hazente, or whatever. It's spelled kind of weird, so I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyways, this war broke out over resources, with Hazante having an exclusive monopoly over salt and Aesfrost mining the larger sources of iron. No one really talks about, what Glenbrook really brings to the table here, but I guess they're known for their warriors, so, they're known for kicking ass. So you play as the main protagonist, Sarah Noah, who is the heir to House Wolfort and has been recently betrothed to Princess Frederica Aesfrost. He's childhood friends with the young prince of Glenbrook, Roland, who is the black sheep of the royal family. The crown prince, whose name I want to say is Franny? Yeah, Franny. Real butch, bro. He ridicules Roland constantly for being everything but like him. And, who wants to be like a dude named Franny who does nothing but hang out with his little sister and make fun of other people? And this guy's supposed to be the king one day. Not to mention that his younger brother, Roland, not only hangs out with the soon-to-be lord of one of the three most powerful houses in the kingdom, but he also spends his time training and learning from Sir Maxwell, the masked badass who is the head of the Kingsguard and the tournament champion of the entire continent. So yeah, your little brother's such a failure. It seems pretty butch to me, bro. But yeah, he's not a sniveling wastrel sitting on his ass waiting to become king. So clearly, Roland is the family reject. Anyway, the tournament brings the three ruling countries together, and they celebrate their newly minted alliance. And House Wolfort and friends celebrate the forthcoming nuptials of Serenoa to Federica. Serenoa is also officially made Lord of House Wolfort by his ailing father, who abdicates due to poor health. I think the man suffers from a bad heart. Anyways, shortly after the tournament, all manner of hell breaks loose after one of Frederica's relatives discovers salt in the newly minted mine, and that, is being shared by all three nations as part of their peace accord, following the Salt Iron War. So this is the catalyst that sets the ensuing conflict into motion, with Aesfrost invading Glenbrook and killing the king and Prince Franny, taking Roland's only sister Cordelia hostage. And this is the initial setup for the game, as you make your choices of which of the other countries you choose to ally with. And there's many decisions here, which leads us to the next topic of the gameplay. Nasty. Oh, that coffee's giving me the chunk. Oh, God. It's just burned like a lump of coal in my throat. So, anyways. Wow. Where is he?
How's it going over there?
Wow, Friendy, where are you, bro?
I'm in another dimension.
Oh, sweet. Well, open the gateway for me later, okay? I'm almost done. Okay, anyways, back to the show. I'm okay. Yeah. So, the core gameplay of Triangle Strategy is the classic turn-based tactical tile RPG. It is very much like the decades-old Final Fantasy Tactics, or even a little bit like that Fire Emblem series that I myself am very fond of. The battles are a lot of fun and grid-based, making it kind of like playing a extravagant version of chess, to some degree, I guess, Yeah, sure. Yeah, so you have abilities and magic based on your character class, and it uses something called tactical points, or TP, like something else you use for other business. But the TP builds up during turns when you're in combat, kind of like BP in Octopath, or AP in other RPG games. So yeah, there are environmental advantages and disadvantages, such as striking from a height above an opponent, and it causes extra damage. And also, stabbing an opponent from behind will cause more damage as well, as some abilities like of the Shield Bearer class and Wind Magic that can knock people off of cliffs and knock them back in the environment. I also found that Ice Magic to be good in multiple ways to manipulate the battlefield. You know, it slows them down, makes them a little immobilized. It's pretty cool. I like it. Speaking of Ice Magic, yeah, I got a pro tip here. Pro tip! Okay, so, if you use Ice Magic, you can freeze the ground, and then you can have your Pyromancer cast fire, and, you know, on the same squares, so then you create these water puddles, and you can use that to, you know, create this large area of effect and make massive damage with lightning when you get lightning in the game. It's really cool. Like, you really tear into people. It's awesome. So yeah, pro tip, you know, in case you're interested, and, you know, interested in completely obliterating your enemies. Right, dude? Yeah. Billy likes it. He says, yeah! Ah, sorry. Had to go use the bathroom. Okay. My coffee. Oh, thank you, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, hey. Thanks, dude. You're the best. You're the best friend money can buy.
I love you too, Noodles.
Oh, thanks, bro. You're so cool. When did you get back? That was fast. Anyways, back to business. Okay, back to business. Bathroom break's over. Coffee time is distractions. Okay. Oh wow. Oh god. Ooh. Why'd you put a shot of espresso in there, bro? Oh. Feeling pretty weird. Okay, so yeah, this kind of smells like that stuff Doodles is You know, it's never coughed, so it must work, I guess. Okay, anyways. Okay, so, there's a nice variance of, the character, job classes, like Eridor, the tanky shield bearer, and, Yuet, the archer who drives. It's not a car. So it's a giant. She rides a giant hawk, and there's Anna, who is a spy, and she has great speed and her double action ability. She can do 2 moves in one, you know, round. Yeah. So yeah. There's also Benedict, who mainly buffs the party and has and there's also an assortment of mages, like Frederica, who's your soon-to-be wife. She's a pyromancer, and so she burn things down. So, you know, it's like Doodle's ex-girlfriend, you know, burning the bed when she gets mad at him. But yeah, I digress. So yeah, in my playthrough, I picked up the Ice Mage, Corentin, by going to Hyzanth early on, instead of going to Ace Frost, and then you get the hunter dude there, so you get another archer if you take that route. But anyways, Narv showed up at my camp because apparently I had acquired enough points in liberty and morality. Yeah, and Narv is pretty cool. I like that guy. Kind of has a little bit of everything. He's a sage. He's a dual mage. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He showed up with wind magic, and I didn't have that already, so that's pretty cool. So that brings me to the next gameplay mechanic that takes place while you're conversing with other characters in the world. Your actions and conversation choices influences and strengthens Serenoa's convictions in the form of utility, morality, and liberty, and justice for all. So anyways, these convictions change the characters you can recruit, and it changes the narrative a little bit. I think this threefold conviction mechanic is, you know, also part of the game's name. Triangle strategy. Yeah, and there's also 3 kingdoms. So yeah, everything in 3s, you know. It's like Nikolai Tesla made this game or something. Okay, so if I have to say one bad thing about this game, which this game I'm pretty fond of, you know, and I really like this game a lot, but the name is kind of meh. Yeah, triangle strategy. Really? Could be like the Norzelia War, or, you know, Salt Iron War 2! Something like that, I don't know. But, I'm not really feeling the name Square. And then again, Square hasn't been the best at giving their game original names. They tend to be kind of utilitarian and generic. That are named after the mechanics or something. I don't know. But moving on to exploration. There are times, when you just get to walk around in the world after plot exposition or before a fight, and you can just talk to the NPCs and look around for loot. Things can be found hidden in the environment or learned through conversation that can be used in other conversations, or even when you're trying to influence allies' decisions during the scales of conviction moments. So, the scale of conviction, there's scales of conviction, is when your main party members vote on major decisions in the game and plot. This stuff can completely change the course of your playthrough, story paths, and maybe even your ending. Speaking of endings, I hear that there are 3 main endings, with a 4th golden path ending, but I haven't looked too far into that because, knowing that there's a new game plus, I kind of wanted my first playthrough to be, more organic. Like my coffee. No, never mind. I like Folgers. It's not organic. Am I allowed to say brands on the show? Oh, whatever. Just suck it up. I'll bleep it out. I wanted it to be, just play it like normal. And so, you know what? If Norzelia burns, it's gonna be on my terms, bro. So, I'll make my own decision, brother. Okay? Anyways, honestly, could go on much longer on the gameplay because there's really so much going on in this game. And I love it for it. It's pretty cool. And, I don't want to spoil it for those who want to experience for themselves outside of the constant tutorials in the first couple hours, which is my only other beef. There's so many games nowadays. The tutorials, they last for forever. I mean, come on. Let me play the game. You don't need to hold my hand. I mean, come on. So, I'm gonna hand this off to Mr. Doodles, and he'll talk about the graphics and the sound department. So, bye, everybody. Bye. Good to see you. Hi, Billy. All right, later.
Whoa. Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Wow, nice round of applause for me, old Doodles. Thank you very much. Okay, where am I? Okay. Yes, hello, it's old Doodles here, and I want to talk a little bit about the graphics and the sound in, oh god, I'm reading the wrong script. Hold on. Wow, I was pretty confused. Anyways, so, where did all you guys come from? A lot of people in the crowd today. Okay. Now I'm a little bit nervous. Okay. Anyways, hello, it's old Doodles here, and I want to talk a little bit about the graphics here in this triangle strategy game. We played the game and captured the game footage on the Nintendo Switch in that old docked mode, and it looked and ran, pretty fine, pretty okay. There seems to be some slight FPS drops when you're in like the what do you call that? The exploration part of the gameplay, but it wasn't too bad, and it ran fine when it mattered during the exposition and during the combat. So, this game is a real beauty to look at too. Tell you what. So this is not the type of game that uses any form of realism in its graphical style. It brings back that old pixel art from the days of the Super Nintendo, and maybe even some of the first PlayStation re-releases of them old Final Fantasy games. So kind of a PS1, it still looks better than that, but you know what I mean. I really love this HD 2D stuff. I liked it in Octopath, and you know what? I like it here, so that's pretty cool. The pixel art, that this HD 2D, it's like having pixel art with a 3D kind of background effect, or even when you see that blurred depth of field of a place you just walked from. Oh, it's beautiful, man. I dig it. Yeah, I tell you, it's such extravagance. It's a real thing to behold, and damn it, it's downright gorgeous. Ain't that right, Billy? Hey, Billy, ain't that right? All right. So, let me get this name right now. Hold on. Ayako Furukawa was the artist and character designer for this game, if I'm correct. And that's a good thing, man. This guy's got some real talent. And he did some of the work in the last couple Professor Layton games. That's been a while, right? You remember that? 3DS. Pretty cool games. They're not around anymore, unfortunately. I don't know what happened. Anyways, yeah, the visuals in this game are very nice. The spell effects, they look really nice against the that 2D pixel art with 3D visual effects I was talking about. So yeah, you'll see things from like the rain and fire effects in the environment. They also look great on the screen, in front of and behind the characters on the battlefield. Looks good. Yeah, there's one portion where like the wheat's on fire, the crops that you're standing in. That looks pretty nice, and also burns you up a little bit. But yeah, it looks good. So yeah, this style really works well in the grid-based tactical RPG style. All in all, the game's graphics are simple yet beautiful. So yeah, let's move on to sound. Okay, Billy? All right. The soundtrack in this game is pretty strong. I like it. The music fits the situation and the environments. There were moments when I felt like I was transported back to the late 90s and was back in the world of Ivalice. Ivalice? I don't know. Anyways, but it's the setting for Final Fantasy Tactics. And yeah, the music kind of reminded me a little bit of that, as does the graphics in a way. But yeah, I don't want to compare this game to Tactics too much because that game is old enough to drink. And Triangle Strategy came out this year. But for its time, Final Fantasy Tactics is a masterpiece, even by today's standard. But we're not here to talk about that game. In fact, let's take a listen to a sample and a little taste of the soundtrack to Triangle Strategy and see what it has in store for us. So let's have a little listen. I'm going to hang out with Billy while you guys take a little listen to this soundtrack, okay? All right, thank you.
Wherever did my fool brother run off to? I explicitly told him I wanted him here when we welcome our guests.
It would seem Prince Roland shrugged off the King's Guard and went on a little excursion, as he's wont to do. I swear it's as if the boy exists to drive us mad.
He is an embarrassment to our family. No matter. I will see to matters myself.
Okay, that was pretty good. I really like that. Beautiful soundtrack here. Let's talk a little bit about the voice acting. Because this game has a lot of dialogue, so the voice acting better be on point. And I'd say that it is. There's some parts of the voice acting that seem a little off, like the voice actor was not using the same microphone as the others, or switched theirs out at one point to a lower caliber one. Maybe they recorded on their phone. Thought that was weird. Yeah. There's a large amount of dialogue, like I said before, but it isn't a bad thing. And because me and the boys were very into the story, but you know, this also kind of reminded me a little bit of some early Trails in the Sky games, and those were just loaded with dialogue, except you were reading it. So, you know, there's that. And it's really good world building, and added some sort of, like, I would say, kind of Game of Thrones vibes to this game. without so much of the pervertedness, and minus some of the without. I don't remember any dragons in this game. It seemed like it took a long time for the dragons to show up in that movie or show. What am I talking about? Well, never mind. Let me look at my script. Okay, sorry. So yeah, if you crave constant tactical RPG combat, know this going in that there's going to be times where you just don't see a battlefield. Just nothing but talking. So there's that. But you can see, but you also get to see what other groups are scheming, and it does add to the overall experience of the game and its story, and it's well done. So yeah, so that about wraps it up for graphics and sound. Let's send this one back to Osimo, and let's take this one home, boys. All right, yeah, good seeing everybody. Okay, yeah, all right, I'm out of here.
You were only toying with me at the tourney.
Only a fool shows what they can do when the stakes are so trifling.
I could not have said it better myself. How do you still stand?
You were this realm's fiercest warrior, Dawn Spear. But today your sun sets, and a new age begins!
Okay, whoa, yeah, okay, so we're back. Let's get this one going here. So hello everyone. I hope you enjoyed hearing the opinions and viewpoints of our esteemed reviewers, Noodles and Doodles. So yeah, so for our conclusions here, it looks like Triangle Strategy is a worthy successor to Square's tactical RPG sector that has been pretty much dormant for quite some time. So yeah, the story in this game is pretty fun, very engaging. The gameplay is great, and the graphics are downright beautiful. The HD 2D is something I want to see more of, and the music is typical top-notch Square fare. Yeah, you like that, right? So yeah, they never disappoint me. I'm a big fan of these guys. Even some of their games that are kind of meh, I still like. They're beautiful, sound great. Anyways, so sometimes the voice acting at times has its flaws, but it doesn't break the game. And for any of us in the Atomic Friend crew, we didn't have any problems with it. Every once in a while, especially if you're wearing headphones, which I do quite often when I play games. There's something with the fidelity of the microphones, I think. So there's that. In my research, there's something about the sound quality issues were due to the COVID lockdowns during production. But I really couldn't validate that these were legitimate statements, so take that with a grain of salt. This game takes about 40 to 50 hours to play through, and there are multiple endings and characters to collect in your party, and there's also a new game plus. So, you have a lot of content. A lot of content here. And with that said, let's rate this one up. Okay, so we at the Atomic Friends are giving Triangle Strategy an overall rating of 9 out of 10. Yeah, this is a high-end game made by a high-end studio, and it did not disappoint. So, oh yeah, right on, Square. You did good, and it had us hooked. And this game excelled at every metric we put it through, or threw at it. Yeah. So, yeah, story, sound, graphics are everything we needed in a game like this. And it was and is the Square Enix tactical RPG we wanted it to be. You know, maybe we at the Atomic Friends are just a bunch of Square Enix fan dudes. But, you know, maybe that's true. But maybe we rate their mainline games a little harsher. So yeah, we have some plans to do some reviews on the last decade of Final Fantasy mainline games in the pipe. So that's coming soon. Keep an eye out for that. With all that said, let's put this one to bed. So, should you buy it? Play it? Do we think you should spend any of your hard-earned money or time? Well, let's get a drum roll, please. We at the Atomic Friends are giving this one a solid 4 out of 4 thumbs up. That's right. That's right, baby. Triangle Strategy is getting all the thumbs today. This game is still pretty new as of this review, so good luck finding a sale. If you do, I'd buy it. And if you don't, see it on sale and have some money burning a hole in your pocket and feel like losing yourself for about 40 to 50 hours in an artful tactical RPG, well, spare no expense, because this one's a winner. Really, this is a buy, sale, or not. It's not that expensive either, as far as games go. So yeah, this is a nice return to the genre for Square Enix. We haven't seen a Final Fantasy Tactics game since 2007, 2009, depending on your region. With Final Fantasy Tactics A2, Grimoire of the Rift for the Nintendo DS. And, you know, they've already decommissioned the 3DS, which came after the DS, so yeah, it's been a while, right? Yeah, and that game has become increasingly hard to find, and if you do find it, it will definitely not be anywhere near the original MSRP. But I digress. There's also the updated version of Tactics dubbed War of the Lions, also released around the same time. Square also released Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together for the PSP. They showed a lot of love for the PSP before it went nowhere. So yeah, people didn't really get to see those. There's some iOS ports, I think, of Tactics War of the Lions. But to be honest, we haven't really seen much as far as the tactical RPG games from Square. These are all largely ports of older games, maybe with some quality of life changes and tweaks here and there. So, suffice to say, we've gone about a decade without a major port of a Square Enix tactical RPG, let alone anything new and fresh from the studio. So, until recently, Square seemed to be giving the genre away to other developers like Nippon Ichi, the makers of the Disgaea series, or Nintendo's own Fire Emblem series, and finally another heavy hitter in Atlus with their tasty foray into the genre with the Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor series. I'd like to see that one come back because those games are awesome. Just to name a few of my personal favorites, you know, there's a lot more out there. But this statement comes with one caveat. If you count 2020's War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, good lord, that's a mouthful. That came out for Android and iOS. But while that game seemed to have a lot of work and development put into it, we at the Atomic Friends only review and play console or PC-based games. So that game does not count because it's a mobile game. Friendy and Noodles like to play that game on their phones, and they wanted it to be included in my Square Tactical RPG rant. But me, Doodles, and our producer Atomico voted them down, so ha ha ha! Sorry, boys. But yeah, I did mention it as a caveat, so there you go, boys. You know, I threw you a bone. So sorry to go down a massive tangent. I digressed from our conclusion egregiously. So my whole point was that Square has finally reawakened their tactical RPG genre, and it has been far too long. This game rocks, and I really enjoyed the branching narrative of the game, and I look forward to more playthroughs of this. Yeah, they have a new game plus. It lets you see your conviction, the liberty, morality, and all that. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, what's on the horizon for the horizon for the Atomic Friends? So we will be staying down in Nintendo Town for a while. So look forward to some more game reviews on the Switch. And with that said, we at the Atomic Friends are always playing games, and we'll bring you more reviews in the future. Give us a like if you enjoyed the review. You know, a thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Oh, Billy, yeah. So yeah, give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Give us a thumbs down, I guess, if you didn't like the show. And you know, if you just kind of hate puppets. But remember, bro. Remember. Tell him, Billy. Those puppets, they might not like you either. No, they probably don't. They probably hate you. And those puppets would most likely give you a stinky thumbs down. And they wouldn't subscribe to your channel either. No, they wouldn't. Anyways, let me come down off my podium. Lord have mercy. Okay, let's try this again. All right, subscribe, hit that bell to get updates on new reviews by the Atomic Friends. Okay, everybody, bye. Oh, it's gonna take me out of my suit. Oh, God. Whoa! Hey! What's going on?
Hey, is that camera rolling?
Is that thing on? Whoa! Hey!
Guess what night it is?
What night is it?
Friday night, so it's almost Saturday night.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Party time, Mindy. Let's kick it.
All right, jump it, Pappy!
Come on, Billy. Rambo yell.
Yeah!
Woo-wee.
Whoa! That's pretty good. Where's that come from?
Well, it comes from deep inside, Mindy.
Oh, I like that. I like the speed too.
Woo-wee.
Oh, nice! Getting into it, bro.